excited to be sharing today. So please help welcome Kemi Lewis. She's the founder and managing director, Kale Natural Beauty Bar. Good morning. Good afternoon.
First of all, I deeply apologize. I came really late. My transportation came late, and there was really bad traffic in I apologize. I know time is very valuable and should not be wasted. I have to say that. May I sit, please? Yes, you can. Okay, so Mr. Yami, I didn't realize I was going to do a solo presentation. I think we're going to be talking, but I feel like I've been, this is different, but nonetheless,
So, but we don't want to share your experience with us.
That's the problem. So I will be. So if I keep glancing at this, it is because I am trying to ensure that I stay on track and I am not going away from the topic, which is optimizing business operations for profitability. Okay, so a little bit about myself. My name is Kemi Lewis. I am the founder and creator of Kale's Natural Beauty Bar, which is a pioneer natural hair salon here in Nigeria. So we were the first natural hair salon. Why a natural hair salon? Most people would ask. Because at the time that I started it, there were no natural hair salons. However, a lot of women were going back I say going back to their natural hair because we were all born with natural hair. But for many different reasons, my reason was, I think a lot of mothers could not handle their children's hair, so they resorted to relaxing the hair. So a lot of women at that time had no idea what their real natural hair looked like, how to care for it, how to style it professionally, and all of that. So a lot of women, for health reasons, and there was also I'll call it a global awareness as to natural hair. Go back to your roots, appreciate your hair as it grows out of your scalp kind of thing. So that was going around the world. A lot of people in Nigeria were also returning natural, but there were no specific salons or professionals that knew how to handle natural hair. So for me, it was seeing that opportunity and taking advantage of it, and that's how we started. So we started in August 2013, and as Yomi said, we just celebrated 10 years, August this year. Now, how has it been? It has been very, very interesting. A lot of highs and a number of lows as well, as with anything in life, as you know, nothing will always go one way. I have to say this. I am a lawyer by profession. I studied law at the University of Lagos, and I got my court bar certificate in Abuja in January 2001. So I had to say that because at the time when I decided I was going to start my business, a lot of people thought I had lost my mind because they said, "How do you leave law and become a hairdresser?" Essentially, that was what I was doing. That's what I become a hairdresser. Like, it was a taboo because I had my first law degree from uni. Like, I had a master's from the University of Dundee. I was also a chartered secretary. I had been working as a company secretary for a public-private partnership. So people just couldn't understand why I would, go from that to become a hairdresser, just because in their mind, hairdresser is a lowly job. They see it as something that only people that maybe they couldn't go to school, so like, they just want to do that kind of thing. But for me, it was, I've always loved to do hair growing up as a child, and this was just a way for me to take my passion and my interest and turn it into a business, and also meet the needs of people that I could see where they needed something that wasn't available at that time. So as at the time we started, remember I said we were a pioneer salon, so it means there was nobody I could look up to in my immediate environment to say, this person is doing this, so I can see what you're doing, I can learn from you. I literally had to learn a lot of things by myself and just make my mistakes as I went along. So when I decided I was going to start this business, the first thing I said to myself was, I'm going to start on a very small scale, so that in the event, or rather when mistakes are made, because I know mistakes will be made, mistakes on a small scale, and they won't be made on a large scale, so that we don't have, then, social media is not, it wasn't what it is now, thankfully, but then I didn't want, any massive mistakes to be, so blown out of proportion, so we started out small. Now, the first challenge I had was getting people to buy into my vision. Again, remember there were no natural hair salons, so everyone was like, "What do you mean by the natural hair salon?" Even the staff that I had hired at that time, I started up with two staff, one girl and one guy. The guy did not understand anything. And, you can imagine starting off as a business and trying to do something new, and even the staff you have working for you, they're looking at you like, what is this woman talking about? And because it was new, we didn't have a lot of clients at the beginning, but we would go out and literally, I had to demonstrate this to you. So you can imagine me, just in the business, I'm sitting down, just waiting for customers to come. And this stylist, he will stand outside by a pillar like this, as if, okay, you say you want to do natural hair salon. We can't even see any customers. So when your head comes back to normal, he just, his body language just made it obvious that he did not understand what we were doing, and he refused to just understand. So that taught me that, look, not everybody will buy into your vision, not everybody will believe what you're doing. However, if you have a conviction of what it is that you want to do, then hold on to that conviction and then get all the knowledge that you can get. Ensure that you're giving value to the people that you have said you want to give value to, so that ultimately, that conviction and that idea that you have in your head, it will be what you had planned it to be. Not everybody is going to love you. Not everybody's going to love what it is that you're doing, but as long as you have a conviction, just stick to it and everything will go fine. He left after, I don't think he lasted up to a month, but anyway, as we started up to right now, we have, as we said, over 50, and so that's extremely thankful for. The next thing, now, we started to grow, and again, this was like my baby. Essentially, it was my baby. I would give my 150, if possible, 200% to make sure everything, would work. I would clean the toilets, I would go to the market, I would pick up the phone, I would do people's hair, I would train new staff, I would do any and everything. Now that was okay in the beginning, but as we started to grow, of course, I started to get very busy. Now, once the word got out that, oh, there is a natural hair salon. Now the natural hair community, oh, where is it? So we now became very, very busy quite quickly. So that meant that now I couldn't do all the things I was doing as effectively as I was doing it in the beginning. So the first thing that I had to learn how to do was delegate, delegate responsibilities to people that were able to take those responsibilities away from me. And that would free up my time to do other things. It then got to a point where I realized that, okay, I definitely need somebody that can guide me business-wise, because I can see this is growing. I have so many ideas, but I don't know how to change it. So I hired the services of a business coach. Her name is Kari I never forget. And one of the things that she taught me then that I have never forgotten and I continue to live by today is, Kemi, stop always working in your business and start to work on your business. I'll say that again. Stop focusing on working in your business. Focus more on working on your business. And what is it? And it was like a lightning bolt for me when she said that. Because it really just showcased how a lot of times, especially for as entrepreneurs, we start something because we were really passionate about it, we love it, we had this idea to grow something, and then you're just, you get caught up in the operations, in the day-to-day operations. Forgetting that there are things like strategy, the marketing, things that would actually grow, take the business forward. Once you start getting too involved in the day-to-day operational things, repetitive tasks, then yes, that's going well, but how about the business? What's your plan for the business in the next 2 years? have you been able to create the strategies for your business? What are your business strengths? What are your business weaknesses? What are your business opportunities? What are the opportunities that exist for your business? What are the threats, that you see? So that, you are able to actually have thinking time and then strategically create all these things that can take your business to the next, the next phase, whatever that phase may be for you. So that was one thing that, has guided me over, the last 10 years. Now, when it comes to operations, again, they're talking about profitability. And I know a lot of people, the mistake is like that, okay, money is coming in, money is coming in. Money that is coming in really is just revenue at the end of the day. So you want profit. What is the profit? And then even the profit, you have your gross profit and then you have your net profit. So your gross profit clearly is the profit that you get after you have maybe taken off the cost of your sales. So for somebody like me in my business, whatever revenue comes in, cost of sales will be like cost of extensions or products that we're using at the salon, and then that would give us our gross profit. Then your net profit, which is the real profit to you, is where you then take off, your operating costs, staff costs, you're taking off, running costs, your lights, your water, your rent, all of those things, and then what are you left with? So you then, this is part of why you really need to focus on working on your business, because sometimes you can get so bogged down with the daily operational things and you think money is coming in, but by the time you then look at your books at the end of the day, you realize that all this money has come in, but either then you are actually creating some sort of profit. Now, what does keeping track do for you? It will enable you see, first of all, what's coming in. It will enable you see, secondly, for instance, in my own case, it helped me see where we were spending a lot of unnecessary money. Because sometimes you just think that, some things are just necessary expenses. However, if you actually sit down and look at it, you just realize that some things really are not necessary, and then you are able to, remove that. It will also help you show, for instance, if there Right. Say for instance, you sell products and you have some products that are 20, 30,000, and then you have one that is about 500,000. But you think that 500,000 one is one that if you sell like 10 or 20 in a month is bringing you the most money. However, if you now look at your books, if you are keeping track, then you realize that the actual amount of money you are spending to get that 500,000 naira product or service to give you, actually, you are not making that much profit from it. Even though when the money comes in, it looks as if so much money is coming in. But when you now look at the cost of actually providing that service or giving that product, you see that the profit is not that much. You have the 20,000 or 30,000 that you think is really little, that you know is not that much. Maybe your margins there are much, much higher. But you will never really know these things except if you keep track. So one of the things I had to do was initially hire, I got a consultant. Now sometimes, you know, I had to get to a point where I could then hire a consultant. I understand that you're in business in the early days, it may not be something that is that you are quite ready for as a business in terms of the expense or whatever. But you know, you can even do that, or you could go to maybe like a TD or class, you know, get some sort of training where you can see the very basic things that you can do to put certain structure in your business to get your, you know, there are so many apps now that all you just need to do is input your numbers, and at the end you can get like a P&L or profit and loss sheets, you know, expense tracker, just things like that, you know, just basic things that just help you see what exactly is going on in your business at a glance. Because those are the things that will then enable you, you know, you can then take advantage. So for instance, if you realize that you have a particular service or product that you know is doing so well, and you never even really realize, you can then optimize that in terms of creating different things around it, you know, creating an offer around it, create a package around it, you know, create things that will get more people buying that thing that is giving you, you know, the profit. And those are the, you know, that's an example of how you can optimize your profit. First of all, finding out what it is that actually brings you profits, real profits, and then creating, you know, more things around it to ensure that you know you really, you're taking advantage of it and you're stay out there. You know, so that's that. Another thing that you could also do, and this is one thing a lot of, yeah, let me speak for myself. I'm not very strong at, and you know, I'm still working on that. Is your marketing. Marketing is such an invaluable tool when it comes to business because a lot of entrepreneurs who were, again, with the onset of Instagram, you know, some of us just think, okay, just put stuff on Instagram, you know, just press the boost post or whatever it is. But there has to be a real and clear strategy when it comes to, you know, your marketing so that you understand, first of all, do you know who your ideal client is? You know, who really are you serving? Why are you serving them? Where do you find these people? And those are the things that will determine the sort of, you know, marketing campaigns and the marketing tools that you should begin to employ so you can reach these people and understand what they need and how you can meet them at the point of their need. So that's something that you know I'm also working on because again, with each year and each time, as time evolves, you as a business owner will evolve, your business will evolve. And one of the things again, at some point earlier, I had spoken about your threats, I've spoken about your weaknesses, opportunities, and your strengths. Now, it is that's something you want to always do for your business to write down what is my business's strength, what is my business's weakness, what are the opportunities that exist, and what are the threats. Because that way you are able to anticipate. So, for instance, if it's threats, you are able to anticipate the things that potentially endanger your business in the future and then create the plan that will stop that from happening or at least minimize it or mitigate it in some way. So, for instance, when we started, as I said, we were the very first hair salon. But of course, as with everything, you know, now the market is very saturated, and at some point it became sort of like a threat because we had, you know, we were by the only salon and we have so many customers. If there are more salons opening up doing the same thing that we're doing, then how are we going to make sure that we still keep our own clients? You know, so you have to then begin to think in terms of what then becomes your very unique selling point. How do you differentiate yourself to ensure that even though you have a lot of competition, your clients will still keep coming back to you because of what it is that you are offering them. And so those are the things that I started to have to think about and had to start doing just to ensure that we were not going to be lagging behind. Again, I saw this something that talent is what you get your clients to use, but it is the values that you give them that will keep them coming back to. So it's very, I mean, it's very easy to say, oh, you know, I know how to do this and I can provide fantastic service and all of that. Yes, that's great. However, everybody wants to, you know, wants to feel like they're getting value for the money that they're giving to you. So it really goes beyond just providing a service or product. What value are you giving your clients? Why should they keep coming back to you in a sea of many different, people that are giving them the same thing? And so those are the sort of things that, I had to start thinking of in terms of, my customer experience, not just customers, because it goes beyond customer service these days. It's really the experience from the minute they actually pick up the phone or from the minute they see you, how they meet you, how they have interacted to you up until the time that you are able to provide that service to them. Um, whether it's about what sort of, are you a premium, brand? Are you an affordable premium brand? Are you just an affordable brand? So a lot of these things you just really have to be able to say, okay, this is where I am and this is what I offer, so that it's very clear cut and you're very, very you're able to give exactly what it is you want to give to people that you need to give it to. Otherwise, you may just be, attracting the wrong clientele, even though you have fantastic services or fantastic, products. So I'll just one more time operations. So let me bring it back to the operations. Again, how do we increase profits? You can increase profits two ways. You can increase profits either by increasing, your revenue or reducing your cost. Now, we all know that right now things are really crazy in the economy. So you at this point have to determine what is the easiest thing for me to begin with. Do I need to is there a way I can create more services or more products or more whatever it is to increase my revenue coming in? Or is the process and the business for me to reduce costs and then that way I have more profits in the business? But again, the only way you know to do that is if you're keeping track of what's happening, if you're keeping track of your operations. Are you spending too much on certain things? Do you have too many staff? Are there some apps that you can actually take advantage of that you will not take advantage of? Because right now, technology is such a huge change in so many ways. Technology can do so many things for you, whether it's in your customer relationship management, whether it's in your marketing agenda, whatever it is, you're keeping track of projects that you're running. So you just need to ensure that you are on top of what is going on. That way, you can see the areas that you can fill in the gaps, and the areas where you can create more services or products. You can see the areas where you can reduce your cost. You can see areas where you can just create, whatever it may be. I mean, recently I was does anybody here know or have heard of the Origi group? Okay, so Joyce, I want you to okay, so recently I did a coaching program with Harvard Joyce Awashika, and it was such an eye-opening thing for me because there's so many things that I had my eyes open to again. And this is also something I want to see as entrepreneurs. I really have to see you guys like this. As entrepreneurs, you can't stop learning. You always need to find ways to increase your knowledge about your business, increase your knowledge about your business specifically, and then about business generally, so that you know exactly what is going on and take advantage of it. Because if you're in your little bubble, you will never really hear of new stuff that is happening, of new opportunities that exist, of new, do you understand? So it is something that you always want to just keep learning, just to ensure that you're on top of things, you're giving the best that you can to your business. Now, not everybody wants to have 20 locations and 300 franchises, but whatever the capacity that you have, that God has given to you, you just want to ensure that you're going to bring that as completely as you can. And you don't always yourself, always open up to new trainings, new opportunities, and not just for yourself, but also your business. Another thing that I would also be thinking about in terms of optimizing operations is for those that have staff members. How are you able to get your staff to buy into the vision that is your business? And as you think about buying into the vision of the challenges I find happening. And that for me, for something I had to learn how to do going on with with the staff and I hire later. Nobody wants to feel like they're being used. Nobody wants to feel like you are just using them for your own meetings and they don't really mean anything more than you're just you like use me and then give me a check at the end of the month. But people want to feel like they belong to somebody. So it is really up to you to plan your business in such a way that your employees really need the reputation that it's your business. And then that way they know that they are part of something that is doing something and is going somewhere. And then that way they also work in that way. So whether it is, first of all, because everybody here, if you have a vision, if you have a vision for your business, an actual vision statement written down. Anybody else? Vision, okay, vision, perfect, values. Okay, I know that you don't have any time, so since you are literally in front of me, so please share with us what is the vision for your business. Whatever we could do.
So Bonfire is what I started
Okay, let me stop you there. So when I say vision, it's a statement that is written that everybody has. So just tell me. Because you are now like, so just tell me what is the vision?
So basically the goal is to help businesses and startups starting with them, moving with them, into them.
Starting with them. Grow or go. Grow with you. Fantastic. I love that. And your mission?
Mission is to help startups in Nigeria to become global.
Okay. And what are the values in the business?
Prices, passion, integrity, excellent.
I love it. Thank you very much. So you see, how many staff members do you have?
At the moment, full time about 4.
Okay.
Then a couple of people contract.
So your 4 full-time staff, can you confident that if I call them and tell them to talk about the vision and mission and the value they can rattle it out?
So yes and no. The no part is, for some reason, I've seen many Gen Zs and a lot of people generally don't invite these things. You literally explain it, but to hold to read it out is a challenge. They might read it, but to understand the big picture, the translation of what is going to put together seems to just be a challenge for many people. And if they haven't played for a while, if it's something that is just part of the company, more than likely you would not see that commitment to the big picture. But if you stay for about a year, average, they begin to think beyond, what is this day-to-day activity like, where exactly are we headed as an organization? So pretty much.
I'm sure I have time. So when I started talking about my business, okay, so let me just run. I'll just address that and I'll leave that. Now, what I also noticed in my business is that a lot of times, it's very easy to say this is what it is. And just read it and let them know what it is. It's not going to happen. So what we do in because I have patients at the moment, what we do, each location they have a specific day where they have meetings. And I have general meeting for all locations the last Monday of every month. Now, what is the goal of these meetings? This is to first of all to train everybody to first of all we assess what are the skills, whether it is hard skills or soft skills that are missing, in these people, and then we create trainings to meet them and that is not me or invite people to come and train them because I realize that sometimes nobody say familiarity brings increased content. So they keep hearing from me over and over again, it doesn't imply that they so sometimes I actually invite people to talk to them. Now, what we also do at this meeting, the general ones and the regular ones, particularly the regular ones, we have them repeat these things. then we explain what it is, what it means. So, our vision is to be an international trade city, natural and music of African origin. So what I will do is each word I will explain what it means to everybody. Because sometimes it's just rattle off a sentence. They don't know what it means. They don't know the implication, they don't know the importance, they don't know the impact. But you as a founder, it's your responsibility to communicate that to them. And honestly, the only way you can do that is by constant training, constant inviting. Because what you're doing is almost like I don't know when you brainwash, but usually that's because then you begin to understand, you begin to, and then understand how I see the difference in myself, the way we act, and because what's it called now, our values, we also have an acronym, three steps, professionalism, one, integrity, innovation, we see customer centric, excellence, and teamwork. So it's very easy because you ask somebody to tell me. So it's very easy for them for me to see something I'm like, how does this show excellence? That way you are able to use it into your daily operations. But the only way you get it, you made a conscious effort to create time when you're training your staff and you're motivating them into what your business stands for, what the values you have are. Because otherwise, because everybody has conditioned by their environment and wherever they come from, so they're going to bring that into your business. And is that led to you or led for you to be able to change that mindset? Ensure that when somebody comes in there, some sort of instruction to let them know what your business is about. Don't just throw them there and they don't know. They just bring whatever attitude and knowledge they have from outside and they just let up. So, with those few points of mind, I'm just thank you so much. And I wish you all well.
So I believe that sometimes we so what you notice that sometimes people escape from their experience. Sometimes they over communicate in an statement. You have a lot of people like toys and all that. Because with different biases, different educational, different energies, different you have to become like under one mission. And you just set that in several anyways, I'm doing this I didn't promote to myself. I like to work a lot of this, so I'm more comfortable sharing this. Thank you so much for having me. I like to hold myself it's all strategies. I feel thank you. So today we're talking about how to check the time of it's not much to say, and I think I'll tell you I'll give you straightforward. First off, what is growth? Or what is marketing in this context? Now, there's marketing, right? And then there's what I call very much market. Marketing is what you do when you're or whatever else. Sometimes that is where there's a crazy thought. What we do is you have to marketing. And I'm always your if you are good friends of this, I really recommend you go to this show and learn about how you use like challenges. You see that the most successful businesses are actually to host and it's only to be for the whole time. We usually try to so this kind of right now, I mean, is also to remove policies things are crazy expensive. Okay, so so I guess there was like even when you're downtime, even when you talk, there's always so the question is what we do about everyone at home, they don't business. So I think what you said here about working on the business. I think what I was thinking about see everything that's what I should and like so in this time, I mean, yeah, I'm only I'm not saying shows how so you see, in my slide, I'm saying that I will just very, very, very how do this, how should I do this? So, yes, that's all. So this is not in recent. Okay, I think I should go back. So my concept is creating all the strategies that the business will undertake to what your services and try and so you want to know when the economy stops, whether it's to the market.
Now that's the top criteria, right? The fourth one, is the market growing. Now this is perhaps the most important because if your industry, if your market is not growing, no matter what you're doing, your business is not growing. You know, say for example, your industry is growing at a 2% annual growth rate or whatever, and you're making maybe like 100K a year. How do you know that? Because your industry is not even growing. Are we following? Yes. So before you invest in time or in dime, into any market, ensure that the market is always growing. For example, right, the newspaper business, in fact, the entire industry is not growing. In fact, it's not growing like 6 years ago. It's not growing like 6 years ago. So everybody that's starting a business in that industry is failing because space is also very good. Like, does that make sense to us? Yeah. So really, if your market does not meet all of these criteria, you don't have a business. You're just paying. Because really, it's really this simple. It's really this simple. I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated. It's really this simple at the board. If your market does not meet all of these criteria, there's one more. If your market does not meet all of these criteria, you are not in business. So whatever you're doing in marketing has to start with the market. Are we? Yeah. Like, I mean, are we together? So that's what I did add in communication. And it means that I need to speak their language. Right? If we speak, I mean, and your customers understand. So it means that, okay, are they people like that to attend teaching and speak to them? Are they people like that to walk up to the street and talk to, like, what is the means of communication? Like, how do you, like, how do you communicate to them in a way that they get criteria? Like, you must be able to speak the same language to your customers. And like, this might sound so, so fragile, light, compared to what you have to trust. Your market must meet all of these 5, criteria to qualify and be possible. So as you go back home today, think about a business, plan, and all that. Please think about all of these criteria because my market, meets that. Now, the second part of how to get more customers is channels, where to find them, right? I mean, now that we've defined, what your market will have, how do you find people in that market? It's very simple. There are paid channels, and personally, I think only 2 paid channels work. I don't know about others, but personally, paid ads work like magic. Influencers work like magic. That's all. Paid channels. You want to do anything that you want to spend on your marketing, and you want to consider paid channels. Those are the 2 on any industry, on air, in any location, in any region. These 2 things will work. And it will work and it will work. Number 2, outbound sales. Now, this is something that we don't do enough in Nigeria. You think you do, but you don't. Right? Sales is a big deal. Sales is a big deal. Whatever you sell, service, product, you can invest in sales. Yeah. I think the only industry that really has that in the real estate industry. They have that to sell it. Or if whatever you do, sell whatever service you render, or the product to sell, go out how to do a sales funnel, sales system, whether it's cold calling or in person selling, and figure out how to sell. Are we following? So sales is a big deal, and it's a channel that people don't use. And why? Because it's difficult. So for example, you said you also have to stuff, right? I mean, build a sales team that call let's start up a week. In 30 days, you have 40 startups. There's no way you call them and then you don't get one time. It's a numbers game. You get me? So, in fact, this is I'm telling you, I have to necessarily I'm doing it myself. Some months ago, I called my brother and you guys, we have to change that view. And we have to change our customers. We are not getting paid enough here. And then we had a sales team that we started doing these calls. We're doing calls and emails every single day. And God knows, I'm telling And then we're getting paid also, I mean, we're getting commission. So, I mean, we're also copying. So sales is and you have to build it. And then the last thing is brand and differentiation. So this is the type of course. Whatever you do, whatever you are doing, you don't want to be commodity. You don't want to be commodity. And what's a commodity? This is a commodity from commodity. I was a commodity there. What is a commodity? Right? Except in rare cases, you can't sell your except in rare cases. Now, another case where when there's this error to the was not never the word, is an error for how you try to do it. Right? So there is Mercedes, there is BMW, there is Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, and then there are other cars. Right? Now, you can't just depends on the level of the they did their cost production car for the performance they do. It shows that people will never have more because what was by the everything car, their body person, not to car no. Of course, they will do and they will put so whatever my life and the people so that's why tomorrow people have to guys to yeah, so what is the channel? I mean, people say there's a lot of values that so the next thing is how to increase profit. So all this is not always true. I'm trying to use very simple example. So whenever you okay, I can't study something. I go for a video. You want the executive now. You want the white pancake. Just like everyone can eat it. This is not just doing it.
Barka da shigowa.
So I think imagine what you like, imagine when she said, imagine them doing the husband or doing the session, and then we don't know it. We don't there. So I don't know when she pays for it. You don't see very much for it, and it comes to starts, right? You know, when she has a program where okay, I mean, there's the radio health of 3 times a lot of fun. This is a lot. So find ways to sell more to the people you already sell it to it. Yeah. This is because the trust barrier is already trust. If I can spend 20 I can spend 20 just how the world works. So trust me, there are a lot of like opportunity around you. You really know your customers well. Like offer them discounted in your product. And also if you sell subscriptions, that is very, very, very interesting when you do business. You don't seem to pick up some good ideas from the West. Like for example, with the vendor services, you can sell them in bundle of subscription. If you don't, I mean, just like customers, right? Don't pay me once. I mean, pay me once every month or 6 months, once every month for a year or 2 years. Have constant cash flow. Of course, this is not applicable everywhere. But when it's applicable, you should try it. So right now, in our business, there are clients that pay us every 6 months, there are clients that pay us every year, there are clients that pay us every 24 months. As long as it's easy for you, don't mind. I always pay us money. Make it easy for people to pay you. Make it easy for people to pay you. So, give customers deals, sell the bond, sell the subscriptions, bond product together for them, and all of that. So yes, let's move forward. Are we done? Okay, let's move forward. So I think I'll share this slide with people after these are here. I'm not sure if you're So number 2, the last item on the growth operation. This is super important because in fact we should bond these 2 activities together. Number 1, right? You need to Nigerians are very, very interesting. You do so many factors, you do so many things wrong. Okay, see. So now the first thing you should do, right? To increase the customer rate, innovate your customer experience. See any space in your customer experience. So you need to innovate how you get customers. Number 1, your customer doesn't want to know WhatsApp. Exactly. You don't talk to your Instagram, be there. You don't talk to your Facebook, be there. If Nigeria is done, I'm telling you, you can tell you, you're not really on WhatsApp. Just I don't know. Yeah, serious. So we need to figure out how to where our customer wants to for that to let's there and engage them right there and then. Right? I mean, on the channel engagement, and today, right, this is the one time we can listen to people have customers on Facebook, WhatsApp, everywhere, on multiple platforms. Engagement on multiple places. So please innovate on your main platform. Right? That's simple. The second one, retention strategies. This is the easiest part. Get feedback from your customers, what criteria. And as an analyst, their needs, sets, and charge them for it. And for example, customer goes, you don't have 247 support for our platform. I don't like paying subscription. Right? I mean, maybe 20K.
ana diba a ta wuce ma adadin ya ƙasa Danny ya ƙasa Habiba hadda kuka cewa haka Danny hadda kuka cewa haka Cool. Cool.
So basically, I built this massive cloud infrastructure. Massive, like what you choose for the foundations. And I put it into some space to work with business. Not just that, something process. Super possible, super able. Like it's a big infrastructure. You have a structure that you know. And this is that we also send it. Maybe like we have things like using our how to do, a making business sell things to make more money. So again, what our ways, whatever we want, it's not that just because our way customers need. Where we can add on to it, bring out that maybe we can do more. So the only way to keep customers coming back, we give them more money. So how do we to provide the video? So it's often used to now this is okay we're seeing now the whole rising inflation, rising cost of living is an opportunity to challenge these people are shifting how to spend money, are shifting how to spend and shifting how to invest. Look at find where you can make profit. So the question is to be how can this do actually 8 pages like I'm able to improve the line and how you do everything all of this. I'm going to do those things. Then think about these ideas. Like I said, work on your business. Everything you think about the thing as key to work on your business. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mary. And now, right about now, once again, if you have questions as prepared, please kindly jot it down. So when we come back for the final session, you can have ask questions. But right now, we have our last speaker, be taken off from revenue component of profit or good. So please have one comment start by
That's for the choice. Okay, so quick one. As a national, what's your choice? What are the why are the important things?
For me, the nobility aspect of making sense, especially what you just said. I can't even have a walk because I just feel something on that. I have my just regulatory. We have challenges to sales. But if I do this, you know what I want to say. I say, okay, you won't get it. You can pay me upfront. And then you're sure that every month you're getting one more. That's something that people want to do. I mean, considering the fact that what if the price is on a show that I couldn't have my own coming every month? That was something I just want to say.
Fantastic. You just want that business with subscription model. Fantastic. You see, people get it every time. If you're from Ondo State and Osun State, you probably have seen people buy palm oil during the off season, storing it to sell it when it is on when it is you buy it during the on season to sell it during the off season. So the same thing you can do for farmers to help them leverage edge against inflation, which is fantastic. That's a very good story. Very good example of the national market of the network. Fantastic. Who wants to share some more questions? What stood out for you so far in the session so far? Thank you.
Oh, it's fine to see that. Well, we send me and we said I'm going to mention that strategy. We also spoke on that. To avoid daily repetitive tasks, do more delegation, and you as the CEO of the business owner, spend time to strategize. Think about how you can help the business owner. Think about other things you can do instead of worrying about I want to market, I want to buy this, I want to do purchase, I want to do accounting. Sit down and see what you can do. How you can move it forward. Thank you.
Fantastic. So she's talking about being able to work on your business so that your business will be able to do things that are more strategic and more tactical. And so quickly, so I don't take much of time, we spend a lot of time, and the most important thing is for you to get value and not be getting value. I'm going to be talking about leveraging components of profit for growth. So how many of us want more money? You want to make more money? You want to make more money, right? How many of you want to make more profit in your business? Fantastic. Now, would it not sound funny if I tell you that you cannot make more profit directly in your business? So, let's do this together. You can see 3, 2, 1, go. False perceptions, false expectations, predicting ineffectual actions, and ineffectual actions, and finding performance. So what we're going to be doing about this, you, as much as possible, that's why I made my section last. You've heard it from the angle of somebody who has done it, who is doing it. That is our business. She's not a speaker. She's not a teacher. She's a business woman. So she's the only thing in fact. Our session was not storytelling. She told us story about her business. She was thinking about money for us to learn from it. Then you heard it from the angle of someone who does it for business. I am going to go more into the science of profit making. Because the problem with business owners most times is we stumble on results. So we cannot replicate it. So today, suddenly, you don't know what happened. This month, you just make 100,000 naira, you don't even make 10,000 naira. The next thing you do a testimony in church. God showed replicate that showing up of you again next month? Can you get that incremental growth to get 5,000? Tomorrow 10,000. And that's why people that look at us, you know that your revenue is not as important as MRR and ARR, right? Yes, please. When one of you are out to value your MRR and your ARR is more important than the total money you make. What is your monthly revenue growth? What is your yearly revenue growth? These are the things that are important. So what we are going to do here is trying to bring profit and put the executive component of profit. But maybe I say I don't make more profit directly. If I'm supposed to make more, I want to make more money. But someone is telling me I cannot make more profit. Then what am I supposed to do? Now, there's a reason why I cannot make more profit. Please bring the budget. We're going to very practical. Just open your calculator down on your phone. We'll do numbers, just numbers. You know, one of my big ones to say, in God we trust, every other thing bring data. In God we trust, we know God cannot lie. But every other thing we want to tell you bring data. Because and you remember when we spoke about it, so that's why I want to talk about it. What is the data and what is the numbers saying to you? So what is profit? Let's start from because if you cannot understand, remember when this thing was talking, you said a lot of times business owners assume that they are supposed to understand what they are saying. So what you do is what I want to do now. You should break it down one by one to them. So I don't want to assume that you know anything about profit. Is that good? And I assume that. So we'll start from the start. So what is profit? Profit is the financial gain or benefit that is obtained from an investment or business operation after you have deducted the costs that made that operation possible. It is the positive difference between your revenue and the cost. That is why you say a business is a profitable commercial venture that works without you. That's the definition of business. People can have different definitions for it. A business is a profitable commercial venture that works without you. See the first one I use in that definition of business. What I call this? Profitable. What are the types of profit we have? We are getting there. What are the types of profit we have? We have the gross profit, we have operating profit, and we have net profit. Now, this is it. Let's get very practical. So let's get someone who would like us to make their business begin. Is it groundnut oil? Okay, fantastic. Say your groundnut oil, you sold how much is it? 25,000. 20,000. Your selling price, 30,000. 76,000. 76K. Let's multiply 7K in a month. Let's very appreciate. Let's make positivity and everything. We sold 100 in a month. 100 multiplied by 76,000 will give you what? 7.6 million. This year is what we call revenue. Right? Now, that's not all your money. That's the rubbish you need to stay. The money comes to spend it. But it's not your money. So you are owning your business. So this is your revenue. Now, in order to sell that 76K, how much does it cost you to get that 1K revenue? Plus banking, plus the depositing, to the place where you are selling it to the end users, how much is it? 65,000. So 65K multiplied by 100, that will give you what? 6.5 million. That is COGS. We call it COGS, which is cost of goods sold. Let's subtract from each other to give you what? The profit. Is that your profit? Is your profit? But this is what we call GP. Gross profit. And why is it gross profit? Because this is not the cost, this is not your money yet. This cost you incur by doing the business. And those costs are not factored in on it. They're just what you factor in is your cost of production. So we have something we call fixed cost. What you have there is variable cost. The fixed costs are very accounting. And I think because of the teachers and many of us are doing, when they say mathematics is hard. That's why they said they make out. And they make out, if you remember the make out the Spaniard does not know arithmetic. The Spaniard came and he said, I still don't know understand mathematics. It's not possible. He said the make out does not know two. He doesn't know 2 plus 2. The make out come in. 2 plus 2, teacher asked him, the make out said, I don't know. America said, I don't know. The make out 2 containers plus 2 containers. Another container. So the mode of the teaching was very important for you to understand it. So I'm giving you an example of this so that everybody can relate. You can even do it for your business. This is your gross profit. So because of this fixed cost, do you have an office? You have an office. You have rent that you are paying daily. Okay, so let's say your rent is 500,000 naira divided by 12 months. 500 divided by 12, 46,000. That cost is the cost of you having a roof over your head in a month. That cost has to go into your deducted from your cost of food. You are calling contracting a loan, or you are calling the receiver that will send you product of the farm. Phone calls. You are calling the driver that will deliver you. And we have been stopped by police. And we are letting them that SCP from Illinois is calling you. Yes, that was doing it. Yes, I did. These are all the costs. You have internet, probably your customers, and everything that you get. You do marketing, right? To get them. It's the cost of marketing goes there. Advertising goes there. Everything. Because at the end of the day, your fixed cost actually goes into this. And let's say your fixed cost at the end of the day goes to 500,000. So if you drop this from the 1%, what do we have with? 600,000 will now call operating profits. And again, that's true. Everything comes inside here before you get to operating profit. Your payroll, everything that has to go through that is fixed every month. Whether you sell, how do you know your fixed cost? Anything that you have to pay, whether you sell or you don't sell, that is your fixed cost. Whether you make 1 naira or 1 million naira, you still have to pay it. It goes into your fixed cost. And then there's never the big driver you are spending. But there's no gross profit. Now we've gone into operating profit. But this is still not your money. Because the government will come and say, you are doing business in Nigeria. We are providing security for you. We are providing your security. We are providing water for you to have a home. We are providing water for you to still feel some part of the road. Because of that, they want to tax you. So you have to tax. This. As well, after deducting your tax and everything, I'm not a tax person. I'm not paying the percentage to pay tax. Until you actually take your tax next time, because you know that you are liable for as a business owner in your industry. So, every time you let us assume your tax is 10% of your profit. 10% of 60,600 is what? If you have debt, if you have borrowed money, not borrow money to throw far, not borrow money to turn around, then to do anything. You are borrowing money for the business, you have to deduct it also. And then you get it. Say after everything, miscellaneous cost 40K. This is total 100K. You remove it from what you have left. This is what you call your net. So, and 3 times of profit are what? Do you understand? Good. So we can go forward. Do you understand this? Fine. So, and when you are able to understand how good your business is, what's your profitability? That's the one people buy here. What's your profitability? It's a key metric for measuring the success of the business. And the fundamental way for every business is to what? To make what? Economic and apart from that, you're only charity. That is the fundamental reason for being a business. So let's go into it. Okay. So remember, I talked about the fact that there are components of profits. One makes all profit. I'm going to run this one. I think I've already explained this. I'm putting on my teacher toga in this class. So even for businesses that we consult for, this is most of the things that is very important. Why I said the data is very important. So let's read it. Component of profit include what? Number one. Number two. Number three. Number four. And number five. I'm going to explain everything. So let's get what is margin? Margin is the percentage of difference between the cost of goods sold and the selling price. It represents the profit earned on each unit. So let me give you an example. That time you said you sell for you buy for 76,000. Yes? No, you sell for 76,000 and buy for 65,000. That's how much? 11 naira. Yeah, 11,000. Sorry. So that's your, you know what to calculate how much is this and what's the percentage of this in your selling price. So 11 divided by 76 multiplied by 100. 11 divided by 76. Sorry. I just 76 divided by 11. 14.5. So this will give you 14.5%. That's your profit margin. So that's the first thing you need to calculate in your business. What is your margin? Just over the top of my head, this margin is too low for you. Ideally, any business that wants to be very healthy, you should be doing between 25 and 35. This is for established, maybe very difficult industry. If you are doing anything that has to do with food conversion, maybe you are cooking, you should be looking at between 40 to 55% in margin. So, the first one is margin. And optimizing your margin is important for profitability. If I want to improve the profit that, what's the if you want to increase the profit that will learn groundnut to increase, let me tell you a very simple one. All you have to do is increase our margin. Just imagine this 14.5 goes to 20%. What's 20% of 7.76,000? That would be around 15,000. About 15,000 thereabouts. So as again, 14.5 will go to 20%. As against 11,000, we have almost 15,000 naira. Does that mean a profit or not? So you understand how each component of profit comes into play. Next one is average transaction value. This one is not very popular. Many people don't know it. Many people don't take it important. But if you sell something regularly to customers, it's very important. When I tell you this is something that you regularly calculate in your business and how much is a representative of how much do customers one customer back spend with you. However, it is not about market share, it's about wallet share. How much is customer spending with you per time that you visit? How much is customer spending with you when you visit? And how do you calculate that? In a month, we said you spend how much? 100. And you made how much? 7.6. So that is 7.6 million divided by what? Divided by 100. So when you calculate your average transaction value, is your total revenue divided by the number of transactions amount. Because you sell something that is just one thing, most likely the average transaction value is just the value of that. That means for every customer that walks into your shop, they spend 76,000 naira. But if you sell something like, who said, someone said you sell food or something like that. Well, what is it? We sell to people, fantastic. For you now, the whole transaction value might not be as simple as that, which is just 76,000 naira because of one thing. For you now, you sell a lot of, let's say at the end of the day, you make 5 million naira. Now calculate how many customers did you serve? Or how many customers? How many transactions? It's not the number of customers, it's the number of transactions. So if the customer buys from you and buys from you tomorrow, it's different transactions. Even if one customer, different. So let's say this over this transaction, what you have is 500 transactions a day each time. So 5 average transaction value is what? 50,000. So what they buy that 50,000 you might not necessarily do. Or what you're saying is the customer walks into my store, the average what they spend by that store is 50,000. That does not mean some people you just spend one thing. Some people you just spend nothing. It's when it's all down. Now imagine you can up this average for you. If this average goes from 50,000 to 60,000, what will happen to our profits? From 50,000, she's able to do it like that. Maybe she's doing a promo. Maybe she has good customer service so that when they work with her staff, buy now now. One group of rest I don't do your account this month. Why don't you let me have one debit card? What will this time happen to a profit? It goes number of transactions. Number of transactions simply is saying, and every customer you have, what was that in October? For every customer you have, how many times do they come back to buy from you to do that? Or year? Any period you are assessing. For every customer that you have, oh, I have Mr. Ayo as customer. I have Mrs. Shola as customer. Mrs. Shola came how many times last month? 3. Mr. Bola came how many times? 4. So what you want to do is you want to calculate the frequency of each of your customers and then find the average value. That will give you the number of transactions they have in the month. And what this thing comes down to tracking your data. A lot of us think business is just, let me just buy and sell. All these things I'm saying right now, if you don't track it, you cannot correct it. If you don't track it, you cannot take advantage of it. If you don't track it, you cannot do it. Let me give you an example of brands that use this stage for very well. I think maybe you want to buy something for your children or your niece or your nephew, and you decide that you want to give post home. How many of us have done post home before? When you get to post home and you want to buy, many people know that you can actually ask for ice cream without toppings and everything. You might make it in time, all this. So what would you like? Love it, have it, not have it. They instantly push something to you that's called group packages. They don't allow you to choose one by one because the group packages need to spend. Then when you say that all what you want to buy, maybe ice cream, give me my phone and see how flavor with phone. I want to go to say, man, don't just ask sneakers to it. At that point, I'm paying the price. But who likes sneakers on it? Would you like chocolate on it? Would you like red on it? Would you like it's when you want to pay. How many people have picked up the receipt and then you analyze it? That is how you understand how people play around with you when it comes to increasing your profitability. They understand this. Then you ask you for your phone number and your name. Do you know? The parents are my visa. They say we want your name to be shown on the screen. So they'll collect your name and phone number. But then you notice that during the month, get some messages. Domino's is doing promo today. Buy one get one free. They are tracking you. There's something called big data analytics. They are looking at it on the screen, behind the table, and they are like, okay, we have about our customers, and every time the customer comes last month, okay. So if they segmented you, they have the frequent buyers, people that are coming 5 times, more than 5 times in a month. They have the rotational 2 to 5 in a month. They have the relay buyers 1 time in a month. And they put in the table, okay, no, we're going to just, okay, let's create a group for this 2 to 5. People are going 2 to 5 times a month. Can we move them to above 5? So let's go for another to that's who we are getting. It's not like God is getting the same message. It is targeted, it is intentional. They want to increase the number of transactions. They want to increase your frequency. So let's take an example. If you're supposed to visit their store twice every month for 12 months, and at every time you enter their store, it's calculated for you that you spend about 2,500. How much do you want to spend about 5,000 with them? In a year, 5,000 times 12 is 60,000. So your lifetime value, they will call it corporate lifetime value, is 60,000 naira in a year. They must get that 60,000 naira from you. That is the minimum KPI. Then the marketing director and the accountant is not sitting and saying, how can we get this woman to do 70,000 or 80,000 with us? Okay, so you know what? Around this time, we're going to throw in an Insta offer, these are so. Somebody is in a presentation that's planning your purchase plan for the year for 2024. They are sitting and creating a marketing plan using data. And say, okay, you know what? We have customer segment, about 500 customer segments. This segment, we are looking at the market now. Because we can project that you can spend between that goes to them 2 times in a month and 12 times, and that's 24 times in a year, you're going to spend 6,000. And they say, no, in this bracket of customers, we have 1 million customers. You see, they can project their sales and revenue for them. So the marketing director is and says, for this segment, they're expecting 60 million. For this segment, they're expecting 50 million. For this segment, they're expecting 120 million. Now, if we are able to get about 10 million marketing projects, we can be sure to increase this 5 million to 90 million, this to 90 million. Are you following me? Everything is being justified by data. That is the way you run your business. They don't sit down and say, in 2024, we want to make and we want to serve 10,000 customers. They don't arrive at it by just dreaming. They arrive at it by looking at the data. They look at the data up to the point of crunching the data to understand even purchase. Okay, many of you think that when you walk in stores, you think the camera is just for security, right? So you think the cameras are for security? That's simple. If you go into ShopRite or any big store, ShopRite or Grand Square, do you know what they call? Because of this marketing, they actually call people that map your footway. They map traffic in the mall. If you go to the mall, I can go to ShopRite, you notice where they saw something the last time. They're not seeing that same thing, they move it to your movement pattern. They want to understand if we place this place at this place, does it increase the product budget? That is why when you are going out of the and get to the tea box, you see that they put gold, sweet, small chocolate, not the expensive ones there. All those small ones just there. And there's nothing now. Can we add this to it for you? Can we add this? That question is a $1 million question generating millions of dollars for companies and people. Would you like us to use this to represent yourself? Would you like to get to go? Do you have something like that in your business? What idea would you like to have that you have in your business? You want to increase your profits? You need to go back and understand what idea would you like to have. What would you like to have done for you? It increases your ATV, average transaction value. And don't remember don't be per person. It looks this person 100 naira, right? But let's do a simple mathematics. If people 100 naira is going to leave and 1,000 people leave it in surprise in a day, 1,000 multiplied by 100 naira. Multiply by 4. 2.8 million. Multiply by 12. A simple what? A simple question that brings in 100 naira. So ask yourself, what question can bring extra 100 naira? When I say profitability is not science, a lot of people they think it's just about getting more customers. Profitability is getting to your desired profit goal with as little customers as possible. Because you don't know that the more customers you have, the more you have to manage them. So the more you make, the more customers you are having, doesn't necessarily translate to more profitability. It translates to more revenue, but don't forget there's a cost of acquisition. When the customers are watching your door, you're spending money to buy them. Whether you run a bank online, whether somebody you find that you get 10%, you're spending money. So essentially, you need to be able to make that money back. So profitability is what? Getting to your desired profit destination with as little customers as possible. It is not about plenty customers. It is about quality customers. Quality over quantity. And as a result of this, I can tell you for a fact that the minute you get to it, I understood this principle. That was the day my business started taking its different form. Before that, I wanted to be everything for everybody. But when I realized that, two things as an advantage for me. If I can serve with customers, I can give them more. If I can give them more, I'm creating more value for them. If I can create more value, I will generate more money. And then you know what? It will be easy to buy. It has helped me to give customers 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. Because I don't try to do everything for everybody. You know what I want to do? I want to do everything for one customer. Then, the fourth one we talk about is conversion rate. What is conversion rate? This is another very interesting one. And this is a test of the customer service, the sales service. Those two things is not specified in conversion rate. Conversion rate is how many of the prospects you get into your funnel every month is what your customer buys from you. So most of them sales funnel. And I still need to say two things. We call it, what do I call it? It's just like your funnel at home. You call it Atero. What do you call it in your language? Iron. What do you call it in your language? You don't know. So, if you tell what is supposed to do, like here you have a seed. What is supposed to do? You're bringing everything inside the liquid and everything. What you need is at the end of this place, So here, the same guy is supposed to see what you want out and get out what you need for you, right? Exactly. So that's the same thing with this. It's saying if 1,000 people, if 1,000 people ask about what's the network, if 1,000 people ask about your product, about your business, how many of them? How many? So if you have 1,000 requests, and this request, that's another thing. Do you track how many DMs are you getting on Instagram? How many people called your number in that last call? How many people sent you SMS? How many people walked into your store? Track everything and put it together. Let's say all of them are 1,000. Now, out of those 1,000, how many hundred of becoming customers are bought from you? Let's say, let's take an example. So, eventually, we send 100 people bought from you. So she has 100 customers for 1,000 inquiries. So what's our conversion rate? What's our conversion rate? The conversion rate is 1,000 divided by 100. Now what do you want? 10. That means our conversion rate is 10%. So our conversion rate is what? So you don't put the number of customers over the total number of leads you get. Multiply by 100. If you do this, it will give you 10%. And this is reflective of your ability to sell. When customers come into your gym, can you convince them? When they come making inquiries, can you get them and put them for desire? Can you get from desire to actual purchase? And then like marketers come with the framework we call AIDA. Awareness, interest, desire, action. Your advertising, your branding, your positioning creates this awareness, interest, and desire. But see this action, what the only thing that affects the action is your selling power and your customer service. How do those people want to function? How is your business set up? And lastly, in the complement of profit, what else have we talked about? Leads. I've explained the leads already, right? Now, this very important is what we want to increase profitability. If I ask you, if you want more profit, what should you do? Increase your customers, right? But that is the most expensive thing to do as a business, especially when you don't have too much of around it. Running to work, rather than looking for throwing money to ads. It's very important that you understand this. Let's look at this, what I call the business chassis. You can take a picture of this. This is very profound. If you understand this, you would be able to manipulate the numbers of your business. I call it the business chassis. Which are going to play around the profit components and put them like levers. You know what they call levers? Like when you're playing, I mean, you remember that seesaw? We call it, when we were used to call it an yoga. Somebody will sit on the other end, somebody will sit on the other end. Then they keep going up and up and up. Now, to be able to play around your profit, you could play with this. So let's look at an example that is there. See, this person knows what I need. 1,200 leads in a month. Eventually, 300 of those 1,200 became what? Customers. What's the conversion rate? 25%. How do you have 25%? 300 divided by 1,200 to give you 0.25. Multiply by 100, that's 25%. Now, you understand? Let's do it. Are we funny? Is it getting too complicated? Eh? Is that no? And that's why we need somebody to approve. So I understand that this might be difficult for many people. Two things, many of us don't like arrangements. But the business is like numbers must be your friend. I think I wonder that one of them people to do the opposite. I mean, if you wonder, just what does the potential of them people to do the opposite? This is what they look at. Numbers. Data. Report. We analyze it and this is what it shows. And we make decision based on that report. So if you remember, so this is the business classes formula. Everybody should look at it. Your name, I will write it down. Multiplied by your conversion rate equals to customers. Okay. Then your customers multiplied by ATV multiplied by NOT equals to what we call revenue. Revenue. Are we right? Then your revenue multiplied by the margin is what will give you profit. The more desired profit. Remember what I said, the profit is science. Right? And what is science? Data, figures, numbers. So let's get around with the numbers of the same thing. So remember this formula is this business owner got 1,200 clicks in a month. Out of 1,200, 700 became customers. These two things are not calculated, they are tracked. Are you following? They are not calculated, they are tracked. You track it. You track the number of customers. But your conversion rate is what? Is calculated. Remember your conversion rate formula is going to be the number of customers divided by the list, which will give you 0.25 or 25%. So we found out our conversion rate. I'll be putting this has to be calculated. I'll be putting my number. So I know that this is a calculated number. Now, if you pick this thing and you look at this formula, what are we going to do next step? Number of customers, right? So we need to calculate ATV and calculate leads, right? Calculate number of transactions. So we can match it up to what? Revenue. And we assume also revenue is not calculated. Revenue is lost. Is tracked. So revenue here is $240,000. So I am not. So it's 240,000. Now, say this person has calculated his average transaction value in a month, and discovered that the average transaction value, which means for every customer that comes, how do you calculate average transaction value? Let me go back to that. Total revenue divided by number of. So, total revenue is what? Divided by number of transactions. Yeah, divided by 300. Sorry. Yeah, what happened is the number of customers, not the number of transactions that was done totally by the business. So they didn't put it there, but in your business, if you want to calculate it, it's going to be the transactions. 300 customers bought from them, but they did not have they had way more number of transactions. So they calculated their number of average transaction value to say that our average transaction value is 200 naira. Any customers are coming, they spend more of what? When they calculated their number of transactions, say averagely within a period of a month, a customer will put transaction with us how many times? 4 times. That's a good business. Not one that kind of business. Customers coming 4 times in a month. If you multiply 300 by 200 multiplied by 4, what will you do? This must be in tandem with whatever revenue you already have in your books. In the month of October, you get 240,000. By the time you do this arithmetic statement, it equals to now this is where it's your money. So what do you do? 240 multiplied by profit margin. The profit margin is already calculated at what? 25%. So I put it as 0.25. So it's easier for you to multiply. 240 multiplied by 12 now multiplied by 0.25. So this business is making 60,000 naira profit. This is where it gets interesting. But stay with me. So if this company wants to increase its profit from 60,000 naira, what the normal thinking of most investors that they come to profit on money is not of them. One is the next thing that they are not of commission. To increase your selling price and that will increase your margin. Or get more customers. Those are the only 2 ways many of us are using. So either you jam up your or you look for more customers. Fantastic. Good idea, but not necessarily the only thing. So that's why I like to jam up your selling price. But again, it's not jam up your selling price that you should do. It is increasing your profit margin. And there are many ways to increase your profit margin than increasing your selling price. Reduce your cost of goods sold. Then the cheaper supply. You get a supply for 65,000 naira. Are you telling me that has the best supply you can get? Are you telling me that if you go and meet Shola yourself from where? Today yourself from where? And all of you come together and you're able to bring in a container. We are one small job now. Is that what the kind of money you are looking for? If you are able to bring in your own container, what will your cost drop to? If you are buying in bulk, so you can reduce your cost, your expenses, your cost of goods. So don't also forget that business goes beyond your profit goes beyond your gross profit. You can play around your operating cost too. Can you drop your fixed cost? Do you need that office that you have right now? Can you go from your house? Can you get a CAD line? You call it lot. Can you get that thing? I call it lot. What package can I get? And when I call my number to drop. You don't need to play with every tool and naira. So before you think of increasing your selling price, remember what Mr. Gary said that they are difficult times and everybody is looking at the money you want to spend. So before you increase the selling price, I do optimize your internal operations effectively. Another one, I don't talk about wastages, you sell food. The rice that fall on the ground, how do you weigh it? And it doesn't look much. But by the time I don't get bag of rice, maybe 1 liter has gone off. If you do that consistently for 1 month, how much have you lost? So the first place to look is how can we increase the margin? And you can increase your margin through a lot of ways I've mentioned. So imagine this man increase his margin from 25% to 35%. What would his profit look like? He doesn't have new customers, so his profit goes from 25%, margin goes from 25% to 30%. Let's do 30%. 0.3 multiplied by 240. How much does he have done? 20,000 naira extra. And spend any money to achieve 20,000 naira extra. So to achieve more profit, you need more money necessary. To achieve more revenue, you might need more money. But to achieve more profit, you don't necessarily need more money. By increasing his margin by 0.5%. By 5%, 0.5 points. What has happened? He has increased his profitability by 20,000 naira. Let's take it back to the fire. Let's go to average transaction value. Let's say by having good processes in place, by having good promotions and everything, this woman is able to increase her average transaction value from 200 to 250. Let's do the math. 300 multiplied by 50 multiplied by 4. 300 multiplied by 50 multiplied by 4. 240,000 goes to what? 300,000. So 5% of 300,000 is what? And increase by what? 15,000. Have you spent any money yet? Let's say I have the number of transactions. Maybe by offering some promo to some segment, you talk about the other time. The number of our transactions go from 4 to 5. Quickly do the math. 300 multiplied by 5. Multiplied by 200. 300,000. Again, that increased. That increased your profit. Or you now go to a conversion rate. If 1,200 people without getting more customers, you are able to increase this to 30%. What's 30% of 1,200? Yeah? 360. So you have 360 customers. Do the math. This number will go again. Now imagine that a very good business owner, all these things cannot be done in 1 month. Let's say over the next 12 months, they are able to optimize all these things by 25%. What will happen to your profitability? And you are not yet touched the number of people that will inquire from you because this is where you do your